Cats and Jones show, whoa, hey, hey, yeah. This the Cat and Jones show, whoa, hey, yeah. This the Cats and Jones show, whoa, hey, yeah. This the Cat and Jones show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Canton Jones Show. I am your host, Canton Jones. Tonight, we have a phenomenal show. We got Bishop J.D. Means in the building, getting ready to tell us some powerful testimony, and also he's going to do his music, and also tell us about the status of the church, man. I want to hear this game from this man of God. First, man, I'm getting ready to sing this song called So in Love. It's about, it's like a double meaning, so in love with God, but so in love with a woman of God, which is my mom. When she had cancer, we were writing this song, and she was, in our basement where my studio was, and we were kind of making, playing guitar and doing everything really loud. And I asked her, Mom, is this too loud for you? I know you're trying to rest. She was like, no, baby, I love it. Keep doing this. And it was when she transitioned, and then I wrote these lyrics with her in mind. So it's called So in Love. I hope it's a blessing to you and your family. I'm so in love with you, Lord. I'm so in love with you. Yeah. Hear me every time I call, catch me when I fall. That's why I give all of my praise. It all belongs to you, none compared to you, holy God, and all your words are true. I give you my heart, never will I part. Oh, how great thou art. I love your ways, I wanna serve. I'll obey your word, I'll hear just what I heard. Give me the chance to show how much I love you. Oh, you'll never leave me, you won't forsake me. The devil's busy, but he can't make me turn and walk away from you, because I'm so in love with you. Yeah, Lord, I love you so, and everybody know that I'm so in love with you. I'm so in love with you. Many people lost and they don't have no way to go. I don't want religion, I just want somewhere to grow. More of your spirit, Lord, help me to conquer this mess. More of your message, Lord, help me to deal with my mess. So many problems, Lord, I just can't remember. Doing new things, Lord, I cannot remember. I give you my heart and my hand. Right now, give me the chance to show how much I love you. Oh, you'll never leave me, you won't forsake me. The devil's busy, but he can't make me turn and walk away from you, because I really do. I love you.
WATC TV app can make anywhere feel like home. Wherever you go, home goes with you.
Welcome back. Man, tonight's show, I'm anticipating the power of God, man, because we have none other than Bishop J.D. Means in the building.
This is Canton Jones Show. Whoa, this is Canton Jones Show. Whoa,
Yes, sir. Welcome to the Canton Jones Show.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you so
sir.
much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
So
so
now
much.
you're bishop. How long have you been bishop?
22 years come October 21st.
Now, and I was talking to you, and you said that somebody suggested
Yes.
that you be bishop. You
Yes.
didn't volunteer.
The Bible teaches he that desire the office of a bishop desires a good work. But there were some other bishops, Bishop P.F. Chambers, Bishop John Stroud, and the chief consecrant, Bishop Quincy Lavelle Carswell, who went home to be with the Lord a couple of years ago, suggested that I become bishop, and they consecrated me, and this is
So as a bishop, you've been bishop as long as I've been married. So,
Listen.
but as a bishop, tell me what you think. Like, how has church changed from when you started, to be a bishop or even being a preacher, to now?
So, and it's funny you would ask that, because my dad and I would have these conversations. This August 23rd would be 10 years since my dad have gone home to be with the Lord.
Oh, wow, okay.
And he was a 70-year preacher.
Wow.
And he pastored at least 65 of those years.
Jesus.
And we would just sit down and just talk about how church has changed, how ministry has changed. And of course, I grew up with the good old boys, had that, whatever way it was, that's the way it was supposed to be. You didn't do a lot of navigating, and but ministry has definitely, it has revived. If and it's evolving. It's revived, but it's evolving because some things are coming back, and then there's some things that are changing. One of the things I constantly tell pastors and preachers and ministers, first of all, I've been a preacher now 43 years.
Wow.
I've been in the pastorate 38 years.
Jesus.
So I started as a young boy. But the older pastors, they could say things to us and we would never get offended. And even if we did get offended, we knew how to line things up as they were supposed to be.
Right.
I'm scared of this new generation because they don't hear anybody. And it's sad because...
what do you mean they don't hear anybody? They don't respect what is being said?
They don't respect what's being said, and they think they know everything about everything, which is almost equivalent to nothing.
Right.
You know, and I
like 10 internet pastors. That's what.
right, and really, right. It's no hands-on leadership, but ministry is just, and I'm grateful for what God is doing in ministry, because He's helping to bridge the gap, between the old church and the new church. But all He said was, upon this rock I will build my church.
Right.
So even though we have the old church, the new church, but who's really under the auspices of when He says my church? Because the church belongs to the Lord.
So how do we navigate through that? You got the old church that think they're right, and the new church that think they're right, and all of these schisms, and nobody can come together from generation to generation. Nobody's communicating. How do we fix that?
I'm kind of spoiled because where I come from, I'm from the Northern Church. So we never had this competition as the new church has.
Right.
We always took everything that we had. As the Bible says, there's one body, but it's many gifts. I may not have the same gift that you have, and vice versa.
Right.
But if we put it together, it's just like baking a cake.
Right.
I may not even be the whole egg. I just may be the shell that the egg was housed in, But once you know your place and appreciate your place, and you can't frown because God didn't give it to you like He gave it to the rest. you don't know what people had to go through in order to get to where they are. You know, I've been in some part of ministry since I was 4 years old.
Wow.
I've had a microphone in my hand over 50 years.
Now, so my son, my kids, you know, I pastor and I try to get them involved early. But in the African American church, from my perspective, when it comes to baton passing and lighting the next torch, or to, you know, legacy, successors, it's very difficult at times from my perspective. What do you think about something like that?
I'm kind of afraid of some of this, and I don't want to say it.
Let's say it. It's real. This is a real show. This is raw and real. You can say it.
This sometimes family baton passing, because as much as I would pray that the Lord would keep my children anointed, but that may not, he may want them to be anointed, but not in the office that I've been anointed in.
Right.
You know, and sometimes we'll try to pull people into things that they were never anointed for.
Ooh. And speaking of legacy, you have a testimony about one of your children.
Yes.
And we want to hear about that. We got to take a break, but we'll be right back, right here with Pastor Bishop J.D. Means, right here on the Canton Jones Show. Don't go nowhere. This is good. Welcome back to the Canton Jones Show. I am here with the Honorable Bishop J.D. Means, and we were talking about legacy before we took our break, and you have a powerful testimony about one of your children, and so I understand that you know, he went home to be with the Lord, and I just want to hear the full testimony, man.
Yes. So we were talking a few minutes ago about legacy. Passing the baton. And sometimes what God will do, he'll put other people around you that you can groom, just in case your plan doesn't work out with his plan. My daily prayer, it's something about my girls. It's like they'll always be into the Lord. It's something about a woman's faith, you know, watching my mother and, you know, women around us. But the boys, you got to pray a little harder for, you know, because they got their own mind to do, you know, whatever.
Do their thing,
yeah, they want to do their thing. And it's the strange thing was I've been praying for the Lord to save, you know, my two boys.
How many girls do you have?
I have 2 boys and 2 girls.
2 boys, 2 girls. Okay.
Yeah. And it just so happened 34 days ago, as of today, my oldest son just went to sleep in Jesus. And that's been a hard place. The past 12 years I've buried, from my father, my mother, 4 siblings. I just buried one of my siblings in January.
Right.
And had a niece to pass from a blood clot to her lungs at 42 years old.
Wow.
But the death of my 30-year-old son. And man, I've been preaching this to families for more than 38 years as a chaplain and a pastor.
Right.
You know, the prescription for grief.
Right. The peace that surpasses all understanding, all of that stuff.
Yes, all of it, you
yep.
know. And I'll never forget when my brother had passed. I was really questioning the Lord because we were only like 4 years apart. And he died the same way my son died. He came home from church, went to take a nap, and never woke up. So I'm saying, okay, Lord, now what is this? Because, I mean, I'm still troubled with him taking my mom.
Right.
You know, a few years, about 3 or 4 years before. Yeah. And I'm like, Lord, now, I know some people that don't do right. I got a list of them. Right. You know, if you wanted some suggestions, why?
I got you, right, yeah.
You know, I mean, just being real.
Right.
You know, because my whole life has always been in church and ministry.
Right.
And, but then when he took my son, I was real troubled about it.
Right.
I was real troubled about it and still trying to figure things out, understand, you know, God, what are you doing? But I do know he's doing something.
Right.
And in most cases, in fact, when I was on my way here today, I was talking to one of my studio engineers, and he said, isn't it amazing how when a father, a husband or wife passes, that person becomes a widow or widower? He says when a child loses a parent, the child becomes an orphan. He says, but when a parent loses a child, it's no word that can describe what that is.
Wow.
Because it's an awesome hurt. And it's nobody but God that's really been keeping me through these past 34 days. I was talking to my sister this past weekend, and she said, I've watched you maneuver through our parents' death, siblings. She said, now I'm watching you through your son's death. She said, and God has something so amazing inside of you.
Yeah.
I got a song that I had written some years ago called Something Good Is Coming Out of This. And I always believed that. And it was strange. I said to my wife yesterday, I was asleep, and I heard myself preaching. And most people shout about Romans 8:28 when it says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God and to them who are called according to his purpose. But my real shout comes at verse 18. Before I even get to verse 28, for I reckon that the sufferings
of this present
time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. And I know God is, I've listened to myself play, sing, preach for the past 30 days or so, and it's like the Lord has me somewhere else. And I know, you know, theologically, people may not think this, but I was thinking that some of the giftings that my son had inside of him, so that the giftings would not die, after he passed, the Lord took those same gifts that had been imparted from my life into his, and he redeposited them back into my life. So now it takes me to another level in him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, when Paul says, and having done all to stand, you know, sometimes we'll waver and we'll kind of teeter-totter. But at the end of the day, when we're standing in him, he's going to give us the grace to really get through. You know, when Paul says, I've prayed and I prayed, and it seems like the more I've prayed, it seems like the more antagonizing this thorn have gotten to be. And he said, just when I was about to give up, he said he heard the Lord speak audibly to him. My grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. So, you know, wondering about this thing, I mean, it's definitely a hard test. It's a hard test because it's a place that I've never been. I've never even imagined being in this place, you know, but God, again, he gives us the grace.
Man. And my anchor scripture, because you're going to do some music, but I want to say this, my anchor scripture, because my mom went home to be with the Lord, my dad went home to be with the Lord, and then we had a miscarriage in between that.
Oh, Jesus.
And so just dealing with that, trust in the Lord with all thy heart.
Oh, man.
Lean not to thine own understanding, because understanding comes from you analyzing it, trying to figure it out. Like you said, man, it could have, so many people did bad, you know, why, you know, and I just learned to trust. And when I learned to trust, I put my trust in trusting in him, which means I don't even want to think about it. Because if I think about it, I'm going to analyze it. And sometimes you still find yourself analyzing it. And at the end of that, I still say, Lord, I trust you. I don't understand this, but I trust you. But I trust you. So, man of God, I am praying for your strength. But you're
you're showing people who are going through how to be strong and how to trust God.
Yeah.
Because you know how they say you don't look like what you've been through.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're clean, doctor. You know what I'm saying? You're looking good. And so you're gonna come back with some music and bless us. Ladies and gentlemen, Bishop J.D. Means, he's coming back with some music. Don't go anywhere. He's getting ready to get live in this place. Let's go.
Go to WATC's YouTube channel to see past episodes of many of your WATC favorite programs.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. We had a phenomenal show today. Bishop Means, thank you for coming, man. He's right behind me, but I'm thanking him anyway. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your wisdom. And we're getting ready to go out with music by Bishop Means. We'll see y'all next time on the K. Joe Show. K. Joe Show, let's go.
Everybody has storms in their life. But in the midst of the storms, here's some encouragement. If you got Jesus, oh, if you got Jesus, you can. All you gotta do is stand the storm, and God will. Oh, oh, if you got Jesus, oh, if you got Jesus, you can. All you gotta do is stand the storm, and God will. Oh, you know, when the storms of life are raging and the billows tossing high, call on Jesus, he will hear your cry. He'll save your soul and renew your strength. Open up your heart and let the Lord come in. Oh, if you got Jesus, oh, if you really got Jesus, all you gotta do is stand the storm, and God will. Oh, you know, I've seen lightning flashing, heard the thunder rolling, felt sin breakers dashing, trying to conquer my soul. But I heard the voice of Jesus saying, fight on. If you can stand this test, you can stand the storm, and it won't be long. Won't be long. Yeah. Said it won't be long. Said it won't be long. It won't be long. No, no. Oh, you can weather. Yes, you can weather. No matter what it's looking like right now, all you gotta do is encourage your spirit and say you can weather the storm. You may have ups and your downs right now, oh Lord, but all you got to do is just speak over yourself. Yes, all you got to say, it won't be long. Said it won't be. I know it won't be long. Said it won't be long. Yeah, Lord. Said it won't be. I know it won't be long. Said it won't be long. Yeah, I know it won't be long. I've been there before, and he brought me out the last time, so you can weather. Yes, you remember the disciples when they were on the ship with Jesus. He told them, let's pass over to the other side. Lord, when they got over on the other side, it seemed like Jesus had put to sleep on them, but they forgot he that keep Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. And all he did was got up, came to the front of the ship, and he spoke 3 words and said, peace be still. So I tell you it won't be. I know it won't be long. Put a smile on your face. Yes. Oh. with that. Knowing that the Lord has been good. Somebody asks what keeps you going. And it's simple. Pastor Canton said it earlier. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. But in all your ways acknowledge him. And he will direct your path. They've tried to ban the hymns in the church, but I still sing them. 'Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus. Just to take him and his word just to rest upon his promise. Just to know thus says the Lord. I'm so glad that I've learned to trust him. Precious Savior and my best friend. I know that he'll be with me. Will be with me until the end. Every now and then I got to call him and sing, Jesus, oh Jesus, how I trust him.